Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome to this edition of Yoruba Autonomy Mobile Radio and Television Broadcast, reaching you from the one and only Sunshine State of Florida in the United States. I am going to be talking to us in this perspective about one son of Africa that his words are worthy of attention. And the individual person is Professor Patrice Lumumba. I have listened and watched him speak from recorded YouTube programs. He is fantastic. And I was moved to want to have us Africans from respective African countries to form a chapter of movement around him that we can say Professor Patrice Lumumba Leadership Caucus. We will want to have him to be our mentor, to be a mentor of the African minds in this generation, when we know that the colonialists are coming back, and it's very scary. That if this time around and again we are not prepared, our lot will be worse than what it was in the slavery years, because the colonialists, when they came to Africa, they came to deceive us in deceits. We accommodated them. They came from the different Western European countries, but what they did at different times is similar. They go for the goods that they can extract from us, from our mineral resources. They go for our artifacts. Basically, they came to steal from us, making us believe that they came to help us out. I have always known that Western European colonizers were not who they pretended to be. They looked down on us. They never tricked us in treaties, in agreements, country to country. They never treat us well. And they make fools of our leaders. They make us look at our leaders as dealers, and as dealers that were not dealing in good faith. But I know that from our experience with Western European world, to be black is to be misunderstood. And we will not be the foolish ones of the 10 wise men. Religions is what they use to divide us. You are Muslim, I am Christian. You are Christian, I am Muslim. They totally negated our traditional faith that we believed in. The Ifa, that is the oracle of knowledge. But if we can all manage to swallow our respective national sovereignty, to begin to think in a well-articulated manner that as Africans, the only thing that divides us are the artificial boundaries created by our colonial masters for their own purpose of administration, to administer us, to be their followers, and for them to be our masters. When we gained independence, country after countries in Africa, we were never free. An example of that fact is what we see in the French. The French are worse than the British because they are more impoverished than us, but they are more cunning in deceiving us to believe that they are friends and partners. How can you be partners when you are never going to be equal partners with someone that is taking from you? We are never going to be equal partners. The French are worse, and I am afraid in the ways that the French are doing a backward dancing to Africa to paint the Sahel unity, the united governments in the states of the Sahel, Burkina Faso, and the others, that they want to destabilize without mincing words. And we must not pretend that we don't know what is going on. We must be very careful that they don't divide us brother against brothers just for the economic extraction and benefit that they want from us, because the French have nothing. Mineral resources, they depended on Africa. And let me advise our African nations that whatever we have in mineral resources, we must make a demand of those that want to come and extract it and take it to their own countries and then bring it back to us as a different product from what they took from us. We must begin to be insisting that they must build the factories in the countries where they are extracted, so that we can have in Africa employment for our youths, so that they can have and we can have people with a better tomorrow. There's a reason and there's a purpose for which God gave us what we have in Africa. We should begin to look for ways to articulate better solutions for African problems. If anyone wants to reach out to me, I can be reached at +1 727 333 0403. And when it comes to email, I can be reached at atlasoilandgas@gmail.com. That is African Atlas Oil and Gas. Don't put the African there. My email address in one word is Atlas Oil and Gas. Again, Atlas Oil and Gas @gmail.com. Thank you, and God bless us.